This is George, and today we're going to use again the Arches watercolor paper. It's a 140-pound cold pressed 100% watercolor paper, but you can use anything you have, preferably 100%. It allows the pigment to absorb into the paper. I'm going to also use my Caran d'Ache. It's water-soluble crayons, and once you apply the color, the crayons, you can infuse a little bit of water from your brush and activate it. So let's get started. Things I like about watercolor and doodling is you learn from your past and previous doodles and how you do it, and each doodle is a result of previous doodles, because you kind of like grow your repertoire of techniques. Some of the techniques will be new. Some will be tried and true, and some will be a combination of new and old alike. So I'm going to use a little bit of blue, and this is already wet. And it will slowly reach out, and the more wet you have, the better. And just have fun with your colors, and don't worry about going over the line, because it won't matter in the end. So this is a bit of a cooler blue than this, but I like the change up. Here I'm using a little bit of ochre to go in this corner. And again, go in with your water to activate it. I'm using number 6 with this because I want to have a larger area covered. And see how the ochre bleeds in to the blue and give it kind of a greenish tint. In again with the larger brush into the blue and make it reach out and blend more. So if you think you have applied more color than you want, go over your still kind of damp watercolor, or in this case, Caran d'Ache. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of the ochre, little more. And let's take it all the way in the corner here. Kind of a grungy look, but grunge is cool. Because I like the greens and browns in here, and I want to continue building up from my past work. Since this area is still a little damp, I'm going to go in with my brown. And mimic the background here a bit. Or at least the colors that are there. And go back in with my brush. This time it's the round Princeton. I like the round because it's a softer edge, but you can achieve a lot of cool effects if you're using a flat brush or an angled brush. Clean off your brush with your water and make sure you don't have any residual color from your previous colors. Break out your craft tool, heating gun, blow dryer, and make sure it's on the lowest setting. Make sure your blow dryer isn't like really up close, but more or less about 6 inches away, because it'll be more gentle on your paper. Way to see if it's dry. If you don't see any glistening or reflection from the surface, like the branches and the color hues, so I'm going to kind of combine the two. This is pretty much dry, so I'm going inside the square, and a smaller brush. Clean out my brush, apply a little bit of water, and let the color bleed into the water. Going in with my brown. And a combination of lifting and spreading. I like that. So I like the water that's here. So I'm going to extend it up. A bit more water. And a bit more brown. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do until I do it. From past experience, I know that chances are I will be fine. After all, it's only a piece of paper, and I have plenty of paper. And going in with the brown, because this is pretty dry, but I can still see a little bit of action going on, and I want to take a bit advantage of it. And a bit here. Give it some texture. Still going with the feel of the branches, but in a different way. Good thing about letting the paper dry naturally is that you have a time to contemplate of what you want to maybe include for your continuation of your doodle. So since I like arches, doorways, and windows, I'm going to maybe plan for this to be a beginning of something like that. And as I was looking at the page as it was drying, this area kind of reminds me of a column with cracks in it. And I'm going to continue with the branches, but modify it a little bit. Before we do that, let's do this section here. So a little bit of blue, cobalt blue. And a little bit of brown. and a little bit of blue. On my initial idea that this kind of reminds me of cracks in a pillar. Very little water, just enough to move the pigment around, because remember, when you have more water, you have less control. And a little bit of brown, a little bit of water, not much. Give a hint of what I want to do. Of course, it's going to change, but that's okay. Also want to even out edge over here, because it's kind of stark. And what I'm doing is applying a little bit of clean water and going over and lifting out some of the hard edge. But how do you like it so far? Remember, from doodle to doodle, you pick up your level of confidence and explore what you like and move forward from that. I hope you enjoyed the video today and got inspired to just play around with old ideas that you have come across, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.